Hey folks, something's happened, so I thought I'd make a video. Let's tidy up these charts. Let's clean up Bitcoin and Ether because it's a bag of balls. First of all, let's start off with the dollar. So ignore my little doodles here. I'm not giving any advice on a regulated asset. But what we can say can say clearly is that the dollar has basically broken out to the upside of this little resistance level here. If we go to the 4-hour chart, it's a little bit clearer. I'm going to get rid of some of these arrows here. So yeah, we can see that it's broken this level. Now some would possibly say, and I'm not allowed to say, is this a double bottom? Maybe, who knows? Not allowed to say, but either way, dollar's broken to the upside, therefore everything is moving down, as I've said endlessly. So let's have a look at Bitcoin then. So here's this on the daily chart, and one of the things I've taught for years literally is that whenever you have a high angled pullback on a sustained market, sustained bear market, it has an extremely high probability for a move to the downside. And when I zoom out this on the daily chart, I mean, just look at that. Typically, whenever you see a pullback at least 45 degrees, it's like almost a 90% probability of a further continuation to the downside. And just for shits and giggles, there must be some sort of angular thing here. Trend angle. How do I do this? Okay. Oh, wow. So if I were to literally dissect the middle of this, yeah, I would say that's pretty much about a 40, yeah, it's more than 45 degrees. And you can backtest this as much as you like. If it's pretty flat, that's what's called a bearish rectangle, etc. But basically, big angular pullbacks is just a continuation signal. So whenever you look at Bitcoin, there's a few things going on right now. You could quite accurately say there is a channel. I would agree to an extent that yes, there is a channel, and that's one of the things I've been looking at. But at the same time, there's also a rising compression. So from here to here, there is definitely, oops, what the hell happened there? There is definitely a more recent rising compression. Now, has it broken it? No, not yet. It's looking very much like it. Yeah, it will though. Looking at this on the 12-hour chart, you can see it's clearly broken it. Now it doesn't mean it's, I mean, this could easily be a fake out. I mean, hell, if you were to look at that particular candle at the time, at the low, that probably, that was a big red bar, and then it quickly pivoted. So there's still 7 hours left of this candle, so it's not game over yet. However, it doesn't look good because there are rising compressions across the whole market. Ether is in one. Like there's pretty much everywhere you look, there's a rising compression. Where are my doodles gone? Yeah, so like Binance, rising compression. It broke out of this a long time ago. Sand, very big rising compression. Broke out, Koboed is now doing the buggering off of the Kobo. So everywhere you look, there's either a rising channel or a rising compression. Even if it is a channel, a rising channel in a falling market is a continuation signal. And so sometimes, not always, alts can sort of forward sign the market, and the fact that a lot of the alts have already busted through, I think there's a higher probability of a market fall. So up until today, I had a little bit of spot. I had about 30% of the pot in some spot coins, and I managed to exit this morning, and quite luckily so. And I've also placed a few trades, as you can see here in the, whoopsie daisy, not that one. Basically, yeah, I've placed a fair few trades today. So, how are they doing? Yeah, there's a bit of, it was higher up earlier, but there's a bit of a retrace at the moment, and the reason being is because this was a big fat green bar and it's retraced, and therefore everything else is going to retrace with it. So let's get back to Bitcoin. So what's likely to happen now? Now, typically a rising compression in a falling market, what should happen, if I just go to the 12-hour, is a fall or a breakdown to the base of the structure. and the base of this structure is down here. What's that? 19k. So I would say there's a relatively high probability of a move back down to 19k, but there is a big if, and that big if is if the dollar keeps on rising. See, that's yeah. So we've had a little flirt to the downside. Now, I was up until recently of the impression that this was potentially forming the right hand shoulder, or another right hand shoulder, to create another head and shoulders. And if we had a move to the downside, that would have been quite bullish. I'm actually really pleased this is breaking to the upside, because a move to the downside on the dollar just didn't make sense, especially with what's happening in the world at the moment. So I'm actually very happy that we've got a breach here. So if we can stick the landing and do this and move upwards, that would make Siam a very happy chappy. So yeah, I like to be a happy chappy. Right, let's move back. Yeah, so that is the big if. So, and at the moment, I am running with that theory, so to speak. And that's the thing with trading. You should always have about 3 or 4 different theories in your head, and then you react to the theory that actually plays out. And things change, obviously. So at the moment, it's still very early days to go full on, we're back down to 20. What needs to happen for me to yell out, yep, this is the next leg down, is for the market to literally, fall down a little bit more decisively, then to, as a drone here, to pull back and do some sort of Kobo, whether it's to sort of this little neckline here, or even a bit further up, back up to this resistance, and then make its way down here. Bear in mind, nearly all global crashes happened between mid-August to mid-November. So if we go to the S&P 500 and just steal this little red box that I've drawn and go back to Bitcoin and put that little red box in. So if I zoom out, that little red box is sort of mid-August to way too long. Mid-November? Yeah, that sounds about right, to be honest. However, the thing that is slightly perturbing me is this. There's one more thing. So I'm not fully bearish yet, and it's that trend line there. It's a very important trend line, don't forget. Very important. Because it's sort of, you remember, trend lines act like big old sort of linear magnets, and it's always trying to suck the market back up to it. Therefore, I have been expecting this for a while. I'd quite like a move back up to here before falling. I think it's a bit premature if it starts falling now, especially as, I mean, we know there's a lot of shit going on, but there's been no real trigger point just yet. So, yeah. And even better, I would be much, much happier if we were to sort of pull back. Let's say this is a fake out, break to the upside. Basically, once we clear 25, there's a lot of spare or free air up to 28. So if we moved up to here and maybe did a bit of a fake out and then started moving back down, again, I would be a much happier chap. And that still could happen, but I think the fact that this is starting to break down a little bit early, like with everything else, I'm holding my breath at the moment. I've got no spot. I'm just shorting. Yeah, these are fresh new trades. Yeah, so ETH, same sort of shizzle. If you were to draw that along with that, it seems a bit premature to break out of this rising compression just yet. So that's done all right. Yeah, but DOT is definitely broken out. So is Binance. DOT and Binance are pretty much the same. So I think, yeah, we've got a bit more further falling with DOT. FTM, yeah, that's a clear rising compression breach. So again, right, I'd like a pullback, and I'll probably short any pullbacks right now. For anything that's clear and obvious like this, I'll be shorting the hell out of it. I'm currently shorting AVAX, as you can see. So yeah, there's a potential that this, oh no, it's not really a rising channel, it's more of a compression. So I'm just waiting for this to sort of, the only reason I've drawn this support level here is just for a take profit level, because I want to take profit as it's attacking this support. What else? Link, GMT, no. KNC, no. SHIB, I'm getting ready to short this again. I've got an entry order there. Just like a little pullback, please, and then I'll short it back down here. Nothing else. Oh yeah, waves. Shorting waves. That had a clear breach. Managed to get in just before the plop. What else? Yes, please GMX. I've been interested in GMX for a while. I think it's a bit premature at the moment, but this is the level I've been following for a while, and literally for the last, or basically nearly all of August, this flew off, and I thought, oh shit, have I missed the boat here? Then no, I've just been waiting for this to revisit this level here, which we've now got. I think I'm not going to buy it just yet, simply because if everything else is breaching support levels, there's absolutely nothing saying that this can't do this. And typically, if there's a bit of a consolidation around here, I won't be surprised if there's consolidation around here, which could then create shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline, move down. So that's that. ENS. Again, this is another one I want to buy long term, but for now looks bearish as hell. So yeah, clear break of support there. Get the hell out. Base support broken, don't dick about. And this is probably the best rising compression I've seen recently. So not only that, do we have the rising compression, and that's almost broken out. It could create basically the right hand shoulder. So, and this is how you do head and shoulders. You don't wait until the head and shoulders have already revealed itself and like, ta-da, I'm here. You have to anticipate it. So you have to try and catch the right hand shoulder right at the top. So by the time it's already presented itself, you're already in the profit, so you can take profit, whilst everyone, like every man and his dog, is going, you know, if this goes down here and presents the head and shoulder, and then everyone starts shorting here, yeah, that's why a lot of people end up getting burned, because the market will normally bounce where everyone starts to short. So yeah, we shorted it right at the top of of that channel there, so it's been quite fun, that. But other than that, I still think, yeah, stuff has happened, but it's still too early. Monero has literally just broken. We are on the 4-hour chart, so we really need to, yeah, big old 12-hour candle. This needs to be pulled back, definitely. Triple top there. Other than that, I think it doesn't look solid for a lot of crypto. And I'm just waiting for a lot of these base support levels to absolutely sugar themselves down. Righty tighty, hope that helps. See you later.